What's up everyone, what's going on? John here, founder gettoknowit. Gettoknowit basically is a platform where you can learn tech stuff ranging from graphic design, web design, software reviews, etc. I upload videos twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Today's video is all about how you can create a phone mockup in Illustrator and Huawei Wi-Fi flight phone mockup to be precise. And without so much ado, let's get started. Alright, so here we are in Illustrator, and what I'm basically doing right now is creating a new document, and I'll have it as an A4, and it will be landscape. I want to use the pixels, so I'll just come and name it phone mockup, and I want to use the color mode RGB. The pixels landscape, it is okay, so just come and create. So the document is here. And the first thing that I need to do is to create the background. So I'll go to layers, and first of all I'll just come and name these background. And before I have anything else, I want to come and have it with a certain color. So I'll be using some specific colors here, but you can use any. So these are the colors that I'll be using, and for the background I'll just come and draw a rectangle around the document, and then with my eyedropper I'm just going to come and pick that, and that will be the background of our document. And then I want to have that locked because I won't to be doing anything with it anytime soon, so I'll have it locked. And then I'll create a layer on which I'll have my phone mockup. So I'll also come and call it phone mockup. So this is where now I'll be having the mockup itself. Alright, so having done that, the next thing that I'll do is to create a rounded rectangle. So I'll come over here, I'll hold on that, then I select the rounded rectangle tool, and then I'll just come and have it with a width of I'll give it a width of 120 and a height of 250 pixels and a corner radius of 14, and then I'll say okay. So that seems a bit slim, so let me add the width a little bit here to 130. Yes, and that looks good to me. And then now the next thing that I want to do is to give it that fill color, and we'll be using this color over here. So I'll pick the eyedropper, and then I come and apply that color over there. Cool. And then I want to have another rectangle, rounded rectangle tool like this one, but a bit bigger. So I'll head on back here, pick the rounded rectangle tool, and I'm just going to come and add 5 pixels here on the width, and the height I'll also add 5, and this I'll leave it as it is. And then I just come and say okay, and we are going to have that rectangle there, a rounded one, and then I'm going to have it with this color, and I want to align it with this one. But before I align it, I want to set it back, so I can now come and align it horizontal or vertical, and as well as horizontal. Good. So we can zoom it a bit and see. Alright, so sorry, so far so good. So the next thing that I want to do is to duplicate this. Okay, so after that I'm just going to come and pick the rectangle tool, and I'm going to come and draw it around here, and then I'll come and have it aligned vertically like that. And then what I want to do is to come and have these corners at the bottom here rounded a little bit like that. And then I'll come and use the shape builder tool to remove this area here like that. And then I'll come and have these with a white color and I'll also make it a bit transparent. Let me give it 20%. So this one we are going to have it somewhere there, but we are going to put that later. Alright, so the next thing that I also want to do is to have the rectangle tool. Pick the rectangle tool, and I'm going to draw it somewhere here like that, and I'm also going to align them vertically and horizontally like that. And so far so good. I can come and make it a little bit smaller. So I'm holding the Alt and then resizing it a little bit like that. So on top here, I'm going to come and pick the rectangle tool and draw it here. And I wanted to have some rounded corners, so I'll pick the direct selection tool and make the corners rounded a little bit like that. I'm going to make these dark, so pick that color and double click the fill color here, and within the color picker you can come and make it dark, something like that. I'll also come and have an eclipse tool, and I'll come and draw that eclipse there. I'll have the two aligned horizontally, just something like that. Let me make this a bit smaller. So I will hold the Alt and Shift so that I retain the shape of the eclipse, and that to me looks good. Alright, so after that I want also to duplicate this. I want to have it aside there. We'll be using it later. And then the next thing that I want now to do is to select the whole mockup. I group it, and then I'll go to Effect, then I'll come and select the 3D and Extrude and Bevel, pick that, and then I'll come and have this with 2.5 degrees. This one I'll give it minus 45 degrees, and this one I'll give it 17, and the perspective will be 100 degrees, and the extrude depth I'll give it 7 pixels, while the bevel will be loaded. And as you can see from the mockup, things are changing, but we need to fix this. So we can just come and select the bevel extend out, so this will have the bevel added to the original object. So just come and click that, so we will have that fixed, and I'll have the height here being a 2 points. And then under more options, so you just come and click more options here. Under the more options, what you need to do is to first of all come and try to play around with the light here, and if you still want, you can be able to add another light down here, and then you can come and try to play around with it. Yeah, and to me that looks good. So it's up to you to play around with the light until you acquire that plastic shading that you may need. So after that, I'll just come and say okay, and we are going to have that. And then the next thing that I want to do is to come and expand the appearance, so that now we have the mockup looking like that. And then now what I want to do is to have this on top here. So I'll just come and select it, and then I go to Effect, and then I'll come and say 3D extrude and bevel, and then I want to come and remove this, so I'll give it 0. That one should be none, but this one should be 25, just like we had with the previous mockup here. This one will be -45, and this one I want to give it 17, just like we had with the previous one. Yeah, so that now we have this object appearing like it is, or being similar with our mockup here, because I want to place it on top here. So having done that, I can just come and say okay down here, and then I can come and place the object. So I need to have it in front, so I can hold Control Shift the light arrow bracket, and okay, doesn't look quite good. Alright, let's try to fix that. So I'll select this object here that we had duplicated or created, and then I'll go to Effect, 3D Extrude, and I'll come and give it the 25. So I want it to look similar with this one here, so that we can place it on top here. This one I will give it 0, because we don't want it to have any depth. This one will give it 17. This one will give it 100 as usual. This one will be -45, and I think it looks good. So you can just come and say okay, and then we can try to place it here. We need to have it in front, so we can right click, bring it front, then we come and try to place it here. Cool. Then let's try to zoom it a little bit here, so that we try to see if we can be able to precisely position it here. Alright, so I think I can just have it allowed there. But for you, you can try to take your time and position it properly there. So far so good. We have things aligning properly. We can also come and expand the appearance, yeah, so that it looks cool there. Then the next thing that I now want to do is to come and have that cool wallpaper allowed this. So what I want to do is to just have some gradient colors here. So what I'll do is that I'll select the object, the rectangular tool, and then the rectangle rather, and then I'll come and pick the mesh tool, and I'll try to come and create some stuff here. Let me see, we click there, good. And then I can just come and try to play around with some colors. So just come and pick the swatches here, and try to pick some colors. So it is up to you the colors that you are going to apply here. Yeah, but I'm using the direct selection tool to highlight or select the areas that I want to color. Alright, so we have something like that. So now this is what I want to again come and drop it here. Of course it should be below this. It should be below this. So I'll just come and select it. Then I'll go to Effect, 3D, Extrude and Bevel, and I'll give it the same values here. That is 25, negative 45, and this one it's 17. A perspective of 100, extrude depth of 0, and that's it. So we just come and say okay. Then we want to come and drop it somewhere here. This should be in front, so right click it, allege front. We come and move it somewhere here. Maybe we need to zoom in a bit so that we see what is happening here. Try to drop it there. Right, cool, you have it that way. Then before we drop this one, we can also come and have the name down there. So that is Huawei, and I'm also going to format it a bit, so I'll give it that white color. I'll go with the Rato as the font style. That is Rato bold. Let me just go with Rato bold, and I'm also going to add some spacing around the word or the name. So I'll give it 100, and I'll also have it with the 3D properties that we have been using. That is 25, negative 45, 17, and 100, and this one being 0. Good, and then okay, and we can come and try to drop it here. Looks like we still need to rotate it a bit. Zoom in a little bit here. You see how things are going around here. Right, that font size looks a bit big. Let me try to reduce it a bit. Then we try to have it at the center. Right, that looks good according to me. Alright, so now we can come and place these on top. So this is like the screen guard here. So as usual, we can zoom in a little bit here. We try to align it. For some reason, alright, for some reason it will tend to move outward. Yeah, but it looks good. So The next thing that we can do, we can apply a shadow allowed that. So maybe I can just come and pick my rectangle tool, allowed rectangle tool, and then I can just come and have with the dimensions that we had for the mockup. So that is 130 pixels and 250. So this one can remain the same. So I'm going to have it with this color here. I'm also going to apply some blur, allowed it. So go to effect, blur, Gaussian blur. And then here we can come and try to play around with it. Okay, so something like that. Then we can come and apply our 3D properties here. So that is 25, negative 45, 17, 100, and depth of 0. Okay, so it looks funny, don't know why. Alright, let's try to resolve that. Maybe before we apply the blur, we try to first of all rotate it. I'll apply the 3D effect. So maybe 25, negative 45, 17, 100, 0. Then we say okay. Then we can come and apply the Gaussian blur. I say okay. Then we're going to move it around this. Of course, it should be behind the mockup. Okay, so something like that. We also need to expand the appearance of this one. We can increase the transparency here maybe to 30. Okay, so that looks good to me. Okay, so I can try to play around with the transparency of our shadow here, so that doesn't look so obvious. Alright. And that's how you can be able to create a smartphone mockup in Adobe Illustrator. Hope that was helpful. If you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe so that you can see more of such videos in future. See you in the next one, and as usual, stay safe.